Welcome to Badger Beer Hour for October 2023. It's Greg and I tonight. We've got some news, we've got some events, we've got a history piece, one of my favorite history pieces, and a beer spotlight, which a unique beer spotlight that we've never really done before. So, without further ado, here's the news.
What's
Hey,
up,
Greg.
man? What's going on? You can hear me? All right, let's go. What's going on in the news?
In the
Wisconsin.
news,
Yeah.
Sunshine Brew Co.'s having a birthday.
Yes. Shout out to them out of Lake Mills, Wisconsin, of course. I always know Lake Mills is that road between Madison and Milwaukee on 94. You can bump right off. Nice little cool little town. But Sunshine's there. They do a lot of Belgian styles, which we're going to talk about a little bit. And I'm excited for 5 years for them. They're a really nice spot to stop if y'all are going there. Going through that area. Nice Belgian beers are really nice, really nice. So shout out to them for 5 years.
Yeah.
Tough industry as we will get to. So good on that. Hopefully everything's going well.
We've got more good news, which is it's great that we're starting news off with good news because we always mix in a ton of bad news, but gluten-free beer. We don't talk a lot about that. We talk more about alcohol-free beer, but gluten-free beer, Alt Brew out of your neck of the woods.
Mhm.
They're having they're expanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
20 barrel system,
Yeah.
10 times larger than what they brew now. So apparently things are good there. They're right next to the community college here.
Yep.
And the story goes, I don't know if you know, the story goes is this fella here, I think his name is
Trevor.
Trevor Easton.
Yep.
This fella right here started brewing gluten-free beers because his wife was gluten-free. So he started brewing beers for her. And that started off as, homebrew. And then he's like, I want to give this to the masses. And now he's giving it to the masses. And yeah, so if you're expanding in this environment, I would suggest that you're doing okay. So I
Yeah.
can't presume anything, but I believe this is good news and we'll take it at that.
We did a video piece on them back in the day, as the Taproom Travelers did when they were in their old place, when they used to share space with Mobcraft.
Yeah, so you're familiar with them. Excellent.
Yeah, yeah, super
Okay.
familiar with them,
Okay.
yeah.
So you can verify that I was right about my story because
Yep,
sometimes I'm getting
yep.
up there in age, Landon, and never know what's going to come out of this mouth.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
even I don't. But yeah, good shout out to All Brew. I need to get dip in there. I haven't been in there in a while. So
Yeah.
cheers to them. Great news.
With all good news comes bad news. This is in my neck of the woods. Modicum Brewing, as friend of the show, Modicum Brewing, Eric, we had him on, I think, last year. Everything was going great for them. Speaking of expanding, they were supposed to expand to a new space. They were moving out of their old space.
Mhm.
Come Wednesday, so yesterday morning, they announced they were closing up for good. So, according to their social media posts, and that's all that I know that is for certain,
Mm.
is that things were not going great at the place that they were supposed to be moving into. And they left them no choice but to be done. So, um,
You know
the word
anything else that you could tell
word
us?
word word on the street is that Eric is still looking for a different place, just not in the city of Eau Claire, which is okay. Um, in the meantime, Eric did brew enough beer because the anticipation was is that they were going to be moving into this new space
Mhm.
with a temporary tap room. People would come there and visit, so you obviously have to have beer to pour.
Mhm.
Um, so what do you do with all that beer, right? Well, because the beer community is such a great asset to have, all of the brewers around here have picked up his barrels, so you can find a barrel or two, mostly two, at various breweries throughout Eau Claire and Menominee.
Hmm,
Um,
okay.
so his beer is still on tap, and hopefully, what I've been hearing is true, and that he will find another space to move his equipment into, and they can continue being modicum.
But for now, they're gonna say we're
Kind of,
closed.
kind of,
We're
kind of up in the air, yeah, and
not.
closed. I mean, as of today, yes, closed. Yep,
So you're closer to me. So, and of course you don't know everything, and but I know that you're close with them. And I know that they've appeared on Tap Room
yep.
a few times actually, or something like that, right? Like maybe a couple different ones. My point is that it sounds like this is a more of a location issue than really maybe a debt issue. Maybe I'm wrong.
It
Meaning,
it's not. I don't think it has anything to do with money. I think it's
okay, okay,
all
well,
regulations.
so
Regulations.
oh no, no, I was gonna
Possible.
say because their last place they can't be in their last place. So now this is
No.
gonna be right.
So there's a speakeasy moving into their last place.
Okay, right.
So
So they have to be out of there. So
right,
literally they don't have a place, is what I'm
right,
hearing. Okay.
right.
I mean,
Yep.
wow. Okay. That's an interesting, unfortunate way to end things. So hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I'm sure there's, and I could speculate and tell you what I think, but
Mhm.
I don't want to do that. So
No, and that's fine.
um but in the meantime, all of his beer that he brewed for the move is still for sale
Sure, sure.
in various tap rooms around this area. So
Yeah, and good luck to them. Hopefully, they can find a way. And again, of course, we're beer connoisseurs and we love beer and all that. But also, too, a lot of times, and we talked about this a couple times, Landon, that it's not just the brewers and the owners. I mean, they
right.
employed how many people? So those
Yeah,
people
this
now
is
don't have jobs. So
yeah, it's
that's
a
this is
livelihood. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. And I don't care if it's only five people they employed. It doesn't matter. That's five people, on top of their families. So, shout out to them. Hopefully, things get worked out. But yeah, that's a tough position because you can't just move a brewery to any place. Like it has to
Right.
be. It just
Right.
doesn't work that way, y'all. Just put them in in a factory somewhere. It doesn't work that way. It's
Yeah, it
not
doesn't
that
quite
simple.
work that way.
I
Yeah,
wish it was, and we wish it was. But again, shout out to them. They are friends of the stream, so we wish them well. And also,
absolutely.
y'all. But if it doesn't work out, y'all need to go out and get the modicum beer up there. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about it from Landon. I don't think I've had any, if I remember. So, yeah, shout out to Modicum.
Yeah, it's they're too good of people, and it's too good a beer to just go away. So
Yup, yup, yup. All right, Landon, we can move on.
we'll move on. Our buddy Bobby Tenzillo,
Yeah.
also a friend of the stream.
Hmm.
He's got some news for us. Um
Yeah, Bobby always slips me news. He's his Twitter feed is a really
that's good.
great thing, but he also I also make sure he also tags me and make sure that we see things because he knows that we love the input of news. So I don't know why I'm talking. I'll just say that real quick, y'all. Y'all remember we talked about we had the Wisconsin Brewing Company manager of marketing, head of marketing on here. I forget the man's name. I don't know if you remember his name. I should have it here. But he talked about how they did their Dock House Brewery over at the Dock Hounds pro baseball team in Economowoc.
Yeah.
That so they put a brewery in there from Wisconsin Brewing / Lake Louie, and now they really it's really not that much big news, but it is kind of big news. The tap room's open publicly every Tuesday and Thursday now, y'all, from 5 to 9, beginning last week. So every Tuesday and Thursday, y'all can just go there. It doesn't have to be a baseball game. Apparently, they only open during the baseball games, obviously, but now you can just slip in there for some Lake Louie beer. And they have some specials there, some things that they don't have everywhere else. So it's basically a new tap room opening, y'all.
From the interstate, it looks like a really neat place. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So then you can pop in and off, and they have
Yep.
they're doing a special barrel age. So check out the website, and maybe you can slip in and out and get some takeout. Uh, So yeah, that's a good little update right there, man. I'm
Yeah.
happy about that one. I like that one.
Component Brewing in Bayview's got some news too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
They're going to host its first brewery tour, huh?
Yeah. But this rather uncommon, and when I heard about it, I was like, wow, yeah. Where the details in it?
So most of us are have gone on a brewery tour, and it's very talkative, or at least the person leading it is talking a lot. This is an uncommon one. They're offering an American Sign Language tour translation. So the tour runs from noon until 2 at the Lincoln Warehouse Brew House in Bayview. It will be led by Components co-owner Jonathan Kowalski and will, of course, include tastings. You'll get a souvenir glass. You'll get all of your questions answered about beer and brewing and all that stuff. And then they'll have a full ASL translation by a member of UWM's School of Education, American Sign Language English Interpreting Program. So that's something that I've never even heard of anybody offering before. So that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so obviously the people from the deaf community probably enjoy beer just as much as the rest of us, but would love to know what people are saying when they go on a tour. Um, so everybody of legal age, you get to attend that, and if you're hard of hearing or if you're deaf, you can know what's going on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm happy about that. It's a fun
that's
one.
great.
Yeah, we don't, I don't think you have any hearing impaired, but my friend, on my Friday stream, Doug does, and he reads a lot of lips. Sometimes he says in, crowded areas he can't hear,
Sure,
especially when people whisper. So yeah, component brewing. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. That is great. That needs to be a trend. Obviously, you know what I mean. There's, labor and costs. There's labor, involved in this. But I would bet if a lot of brewers reached out to sign language people, they would be able to get them to
sure,
come in. And a
absolutely,
lot of them will probably
yeah,
just stick a beer or two for payment, and they just like to give a service. I have one of my good friends, close friends. He's a sign language guy, interpreter. So he's gonna love this once I tell him about it if he's not watching now. So yeah, Landon, I'm down with this. Component
yeah. It's
is
cool.
out of Milwaukee, y'all. So yeah, the next one I think, Landon, is they just started, so and it's a 2 hour tour. That's a long ass tour. I mean,
That's a long tour. Yeah,
right, right. But tickets are $20 for the tour, y'all, and the tickets are limited. So I would get to their website if you're interested. Like Landon said, 2018 South First Street. I'm sorry, in Bayview, and that's in Milwaukee. Excited about hearing about more about that. Good times. That's another good update. Landon, we're rolling with the good updates. Let's see if it
yeah.
can.
We only had one. We only had one bad one, so that's good. And maybe
Okay,
that
okay.
one, and maybe that one won't even turn out to be bad. So that's good.
Yes,
Uh,
and
yeah,
this one we had. This one is a little bit near and dear to our hearts, right, Landon? This next news piece.
yeah. Havenwood's Tap Room and Beer Garden. We got a progress report on them. Um,
Yeah. A beer garden in Milwaukee.
yeah, a beer garden, in Milwaukee. Nobody's ever heard of that.
We had fun this
uh,
this summer, but yeah, go on.
yeah, right. So they are opening their new place. It could open in December, but should definitely be on time for St. Patrick's Day. It will have its own trail loop that runs through 5 acres of forest located behind the warehouse, and then that will house the new beer hall. Just a few meters away is a school bus parking lot, and it is the edge of the 237-acre Havenwood State Forest, Wisconsin's only urban state forest.
Hmm.
So it makes perfect sense then that the neighborhood's only craft beer venue should have its own nature trail. They're going to have a stage out back in the beer garden, as well as one inside the tap room for live music, plus a food truck alley, and that should be able to hold 3 or 4 food trucks or
Mhm.
trailers,
Hmm.
50 parking spots, And then, of course, their star, as it should be at all breweries, is the beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The building is owned by Brew City Craft Beverage Distribution Company. And then their owner says there's no connection between Brew City and Haven Woods other than the landlord-tenant relationship. So
Hmm, okay, okay.
that looks like, or it sounds like, anyway, pretty neat place. Hiking
Yeah,
and beer and live music. Yeah.
right. So next summer, Landon, we're hitting that. Absolutely.
We'll do another 5 beer gardens, man. It'll be great.
Yes, yes, yes. That sounds like a good one and a fun one. And I like how they're incorporating the wood, the outdoors list. When we visited that one that we went to under the arch, you walked
Yeah.
through it was just beautiful. So
Yeah.
I just love to hear that that area being used in that way. And that's another good update for us. So yeah, Landon, thanks for the news.
As
And
Chris would do, that is the news for
that is the news.
October 2023.
Right. And now we'll have a piece of beer history, y'all.
Hi, I'm Jake Leinenkugel.
I'm John Leinenkugel. Welcome to Leinenkugels.
Thanks for coming out and tapping into Taproom Travelers.
Welcome, travelers, to the Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, founded right here on this site in 1867 by Jacob Leinenkugel, our great-great-grandfather. Dick Leinenkugel grew up here in Chippewa Falls and delighted to be back here in Chippewa Falls in this role as head of this terrific brewery. I like to say my title is the last of the 5th generation. I'm just a 5th generation Leinenkugel family member.
I was the president for 32 years and thoroughly enjoyed working within the confines of the Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company, just simply because it's now in its 6th generation.
CJ Leinenkugel, beer merchant. We go where beer goes. 6th generation, Matt's youngest brother.
And I'm Matt Leinenkugel. I handle safety, environmental, and special projects. I get to come to work every day and basically work in a living museum that's been here since 1867.
An updated living museum.
Myself and my brothers being the 5th generation, it was very special to be able to have that quarter of a century leading some great folks and having a lot of fun making some terrific new brews that have become now national.
Titles mean a lot in companies, I think, and hierarchies, but I like to look at all of us in the Leinenkugel family as we're all just selling beer.
When I go back looking at the history of the Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company, it's amazing because in a couple of years we're going to be celebrating our 150th anniversary. So for 148 years now, reflecting back on Jake Leinenkugel, our great-great-grandfather, and his partner, John Miller, they found out that, wow, there's a lot going on in this little community called Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Actually, it was one of the largest lumbering areas. It had massive forests of white pine, and there was 3 different large sawmills throughout Chippewa Falls, Eau Claire, and Menominee. Well, it so happened in 1867, they had a great source of water, the Big Eddy Springs, that actually is some of the purest in the world. And they had grains and barley and everything grown in the area, and there was no competition. So they had all these thirsty lumberjacks and no beer. So they brought the original recipe that Matthias, Jacob's dad, and my great-great-great-grandfather, brought over from Meckenheim, Germany, where he was a brewer and he also did brandy. So I find that to be fascinating. And then through the course of 148 years now, with a lot of bumps in the road, the main thing is that it stayed within the family. I look back at the times of people that struggled through very difficult times in our industry, and I have to give a lot of credit to the family for hanging in there, reinvesting, and making this one of the elite top craft breweries in the United States.
We'll get over 1 million barrels, and that's a lot of beer. I think when you equate that into cases, it's something like 13,778,000 cases of beer. We wouldn't have dreamed that we were ever going to be that big.
In the advent of craft brewing and microbrewing in the United States, beginning in the 70s and 80s, and really getting a foothold in the 90s, brought a whole wave of new tastes, styles of beer. And much more on the ale side, which Americans were never really used to or drank much of. But it also made us say, well, you know what, we need to change as well. We need to look at other styles, do things differently, make bolder lager beers. And so if you go back to 1992, we came out with a special beer in 12-pack bottles only. And it was our 125th dark lager. And it exploded. But it really grabbed our attention and said, wow. And people were raving about, wow, this neat dark beer, a lot of flavor, a lot of aroma. So it's not just low-cal light beer, or it's not just regular beer, but these bigger, bolder beers at a place. So what that started was the next beer in our first big craft beer that we introduced in 1993, Leinenkugel's Red Lager. 5 different malts. Dark, roasted, a great blend of malt and hops. First time we used multiple hops and malts together, and it got a pretty bold beer, and it was eventually named the Better Red. And it really launched us throughout the upper Midwest, and it sort of validated that this little brewery was going to become something. The next beers after that certainly had the same foothold and got a lot of attention because we did things differently. We were the first ones really to add honey. We made a honey wheat beer and to use 50% wheat malt. One of the first breweries to do that. Honey Vice. It became the largest craft draft brand in the upper Midwest in 1996. So from there came Dark Lager, our creamy dark.
The beer that's won the most awards is Leinenkugel's Creamy Dark. And we've been brewing that beer since the late 90s after we hibernated winter lager, and that beer is our most award-winning beer, and it's just a beautiful American dark lager. Also happens to be a great beer to top off with a little Leine's Berry Weiss.
Black bears.
That way you have basically chocolate cake drizzled with like some raspberry, blackberry sauce.
Cheers to taproom travelers.
Amazing.
Join us out here.
Dessert in a glass.
We did a whole variety of beers. Some of them didn't make it, but you know, the biggest thing 8 years ago, my brother Dick and the brand team did 2 beers for us to try. One was shandy, and a shandy became the first time any American brewer brewed that style of beer outside of Germany, Great Britain, or Ireland. So we brought shandy to the United States, and it's been a 7-year magic carpet ride.
It was really in 2007 with the introduction of not a new style of beer, but certainly a new style of beer to the United States, the shandy, that we brought to America with Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. That's what's propelled our growth and our success.
Summer shandy is lemon, and certainly the cran ginger has cranberry and ginger in it. The Harvest Patch is going to have a little pumpkin spice flavor. And then we've got a couple of other things that we're looking at to extend, and the big one is grapefruit. Grapefruit right now is just exploding. It's probably the biggest new launched beer in the United States for a summer seasonal right now.
Today, over half of our volume that we produce are in shandy styles of beers. 9 out of 10 shandies consumed in the United States are Leinenkugel shandies. So we're going to be the leaders and the innovators in that segment.
We have a lot of award-winning beers, so many that I can't even keep track of. I don't get too wrapped up about medals and award-winning beers. What I do care about are hearing from beer drinkers themselves. They're going to decide your fate in this business. Do they like your beer or not? And to see 5,000 people show up at the Leining Lodge reunion and enjoy a handful of beers, whether it's Canoe Paddler, Summer Shandy, to see their reaction to how much they love our beer, that's what's award-winning to me.
We came up with the idea of creating this Liney Lodge, and it was kind of a virtual meeting place. And we had fans of Leinenkugel's, and they would come to visit us at the brewery, and they absolutely loved our beers, and they wanted to be part of, something, a bigger community. So eventually what the idea that we were able to do back in 2002 was to take a piece of land that was across from the brewery at the site of the old woolen mill in Chippewa Falls and build a 20,000-foot welcoming center, tour center, put in a great bar, some museum pieces, where people who are visiting Chippewa Falls and our brewery can come and sample our beers, start their tour, come back and see and touch a little bit of the history of this 148-year-old brewery, and can call it their own. And it's their Liney Lodge.
You know, you look at the Liney Lodge and all the visitors we have coming throughout the year. This is such a gorgeous part of Wisconsin. We're so blessed to be from here, northwestern Wisconsin, Chippewa Falls, the Chippewa Valley.
Chippewa Falls is the center, is really the heartbeat. And the North Woods of Wisconsin is the heartbeat of our brewery.
I say it's not just Chippewa Falls as being a unique town, but it's the entire Chippewa Valley. And I love Chippewa Falls. I mean, I was born and raised here, and I think it is truly special. You just look at the city, it's sitting on the banks of the Chippewa River. You've got Duncan Creek that flows through it. You've got a huge flowage with Lake Wissota just 6 miles outside. You have one of the nicest parks and zoos for a city its size of about 15,000, Irvine Park. And there's just a lot of good camaraderie throughout the city.
You know, Jacob was a pretty wise man. Not only did he settle where there were, we like to, joke a little bit, 2,500 thirsty lumberjacks and a town of no women. But, I mean, the community still to this day, northern Wisconsin, it is really all about enjoying the outdoors.
Jacob chose Chippewa Falls for a reason, and I think we take a lot of pride in that, and kind of just living on his legacy. We try to bring Chippewa Falls into everything that we do. We talk about it, it's in our commercials that we shoot.
So grab a summer shandy and join us out here.
The community, the area of Wisconsin, being known as Indian Head Country and the vacation land of northwestern Wisconsin, just lends itself to our positioning of join us out here. We live for these 90 magical days of where everything we do is outside. So we thought, what better way to incorporate our beer than inviting people to join us out here.
I think it's really an exciting time in the beer business today, and I love these guys that are starting their breweries right now and getting up and running. So a couple words of wisdom that I would give them is, first of all, I know you're passionate about beer, but make sure that you maintain that passion about beer. Make sure that you love everything that there is about beer. But it's also important to realize that if you're beginning a brewery, it's a business. So along with that comes having a vision for what you want that business to be.
I think that the craft explosion is here to stay. It'll be an interesting ride, but it certainly made everybody in the brewing industry better.
1.7 breweries opening every day. So where Leinenkugel sets itself right now is very important that we stay true to our heritage. And I think that will always remain the same as staying true to our heritage.
Why were we one of the few small regional breweries that actually made it? The main thing I credit it to is certainly having great beers, great lineage of don't take shortcuts, always maintain the highest qualities in your brewing standards, and just good family management.
Just to answer that, why we're successful today, you certainly have to talk about our past and the generations that came before us. We're one of the few breweries that are around today that came out of Prohibition. So that third generation that started the company back in brewing, I give them a tremendous amount of credit because that wasn't easy. And then certainly my dad and the fourth generation who led our company through some really difficult times in the beer business when most family-owned breweries didn't survive.
My brother Dick shares a story that our father called him once after Dick joined the business, and our dad said to Dick, you know, you haven't sold the brewery out of beer yet. So you have to kind of define what success is. I look at success as we've been around for 148 years. We're getting ready to celebrate in less than 2 years our 150th anniversary of being in this great business, being part of the community of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. I define that as success.
There's this neat little beer in northern Wisconsin with a crazy last name called Leinenkugels, and they're doing something special there.
Thanks for joining Taproom Travelers from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, the Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company. Come and join us out here, where we'll serve you a full beer because mine's almost gone.
Hey, I really enjoyed being with you and doing this segment of Taproom Travelers. Be sure to enjoy life in Leinie's, or for that matter, just a good cold beer with family and friends. Prost.
Travelers, we have enjoyed having you here in Chippewa Falls at the Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company. I'm going to get back into that bar and have an ice cold summer shandy. Cheers.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Beer Spotlight. Normally, here is where we have a beer and we talk about it and we highlight it. I want to go a little bit broader here, and I want to talk about what's been going on here in Madison. I feel that we have this, we're having a Belgian area time thing going on here. Maybe it's the season. I'm hoping it is. I hope it's something that we're going to be doing every year. But it seems like there is a whole lot of Belgians going around here in Madison. So first of all, highlighting this, this Saturday is Belgian Giant Jones is Belgian Beer Festival. We'll talk about this a little bit more extensively in the beer events coming up here next. Me and Landon will talk about it a little bit more. But they're going to have 8 Giant Jones Belgian beers, just 8 of their own Belgians. Saturday, the 21st. They're wonderful triple. I know they got a double. I know they got a Belgian Dark Strong. So that is going to be fun and great. But as I have up here, my friend Robin Shepard from the Isthmus wrote a nice little piece about this was almost 3 weeks ago he wrote this, but I guarantee you that a lot of these are still on tap. So please, if you're a Belgian fan and you're in Madison, this is your time. Get out. So here we have John Russell from Lone Girl, which is in Wanakee, Wisconsin, which is really Lone Girl is one of the closest breweries to my house. They have their triple on. He has 3 Belgians on. Then the article goes to talk about Giant Jones, the Belgian Beer Fest. September 21st, there's going to be a dozen Belgian beers with at least 8 from Giant Jones, including their quad, their double dice, which I believe is a new one. I haven't had that one. There'll be also Belgians from other Madison breweries, and the lineup is probably not going to be finalized until Saturday. But the double dice, the quadruple, the triple is just lovely. And the beer de Mal, and there's going to be at least 4 others. There's our friend Erica, the Lone Girl Brewing Company. Like I said, they have their the Towhead, which is a light golden, the triple, the double trouble, and the surprise threesome. Previously mentioned Alt Brew, Full Mile Company will have one. Vintage makes their dedication. I think that's all year round. And that was a gold medal winner. I see that a lot, dedication. So it's not just for this area. Starkweather, I checked their website. They have at least 2 Belgians on tap on their website now. And we talked about Sunshine Brewing, was founded on making Belgians. So they probably have 3 or 4. I wasn't able to check their website. So we're just going to highlight Belgian beers this month, y'all. And that's the beer spotlight. Is if you're in Madison, search out the Belgians. As I was telling Landon before we got on here live is that I think Belgians have a really. I'll drink Belgians all year round. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying we shouldn't, but um, Belgians were great, I believe, in the fall because they pair with that hot weather that we still somewhat get, but they also pair really well with the cool weather, having a nice quad or double around the fire. Campfire is just wonderful. So check out the Belgian movement in Madison now, and it's fantastic. And I know what Youngblood has one. I know I checked what Youngblood site. They have one to go. I don't think they have any Belgians on tap, at least at the main tap room. And there's someone else that I'm missing. Oh, shout out to the Malt House, not a brewery, but y'all know in Madison, the Malt House, they always have a Belgian on, always. So I don't know. I couldn't find their latest tap list online, but I know that Bill always has a Belgian, so there's going to be a Belgian there too. So look for the Belgians, y'all. They're fun and they're great. Alternative to all the Oktoberfest and Marzens that I'm not complaining about. They're great too in this area. But if you're a Belgian fan, Madison and Wisconsin is currently the place to be. So on that note, we're going to get to events, y'all. Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
Landon's back with the events.
We got events. So there's actually, as we normally do, we've got some coming up this weekend. One that's near and dear to my heart. My wife has actually helped doing this one. So it's called A Walk for Hope. It is this Saturday from 3 to 7 down at Lazy Monk Brewing. It is to help support all those people fighting cancer in the Eau Claire area. All the funds that are raised are going to those people receiving treatment. Of course, there's beer, there's food trucks, lots of prizes, giveaways, a huge silent auction. If you want to walk, it's $20 a person, which all of that money goes straight to those people going through treatment. Some great food trucks, some local great food trucks, Mimi Cafe, Live Great Food, the Tasty Trolley, and then they got a local favorite band, the Irish Session, which I think they used to be called something else, but it's a neat little Irish band. They'll be performing there too. So just a real simple walk. It's like a 2-mile walk for a great cause.
Excellent. Love it. That is am I saying this right? Grazi Saloon and Bravo Saloon?
Grazie.
Grazie Saloon, my bad. And Bravo Saloon. Okay. Excellent. And all the funds raised, I just want to, Linda did say, but I want to make sure all the funds raised will go to those receiving treatment. So great cause, and local cause, and the money stays in the area. And yeah, it sounds great. Have fun out there, Linda.
Will do. I get to do the night walk, so hopefully I won't trip over myself in the dark. That'll be good.
It might be spooky. It might be fun.
Yeah.
It's a spooky time of year.
Yeah, right. Eagle Park is having their Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday too. So if you're down in that area, as we all know, 7 years ago, Eagle Park Brewing and Distilling, they started out small, and now their founders have announced that the brewery has brewed its 10 millionth beer. 10 millionth. So they're going to celebrate that as obviously they should. That's 10 million beers. That's a lot.
It's not often, real quickly, it's not often that brewers frame it in this manner, and they should do that more. That shit's fun.
I don't think a lot of them keep track of it, but it's awesome that they kept track of it. But that's a big number.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess you could do it with the numbers of barrels, right? Like
right.
reverse.
If you did the math, yeah.
That math is I can't. I'm not even. Keep going.
Yeah. So this one, if you're down in that area, it's a good thing to go to. So they're going to celebrate by doing a $1,000 gift card giveaway. Of course, they'll have merch sales, food specials, and more. $1,000 gift card giveaway. That's awesome.
Let's go.
That's not a small amount of money.
All right. Pack that place, y'all.
That's right.
That's what we need to do. Good times.
Also, this Saturday, as Greg alluded to before, Giant Jones is having their Belgian Beer Fest.
Yeah.
It would be a good idea if you do go to that to not drive, have a designated driver,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
because
Yes, sir.
those beers will hit you hard.
And square right in your forehead. Right.
Yes, they will
And
be delicious.
they
But
will be delicious.
They will hit you hard.
On your point, I believe you can get a case for $60, and you can
Wow.
get a 4-pack for 20, which is insane. You can take the quad, the triple, the Belgian strong home.
A
and
4-pack for 20. That is unreal.
Yes, I am pretty sure that's what I saw. Check the website
that is a good deal.
for their quality ass beers. Hell yes, so I'm pretty much there. Even if I
Yeah.
just dip in, because I don't know if you've ever been. When Giant Jones has these fests, you can
Yeah.
barely get in the place. So
I don't doubt it. It's a small place. Yeah.
yeah, it's a small place, and of course, obviously, the beers are good, and everybody knows it now in Madison. So I'll just might have to sneak in, wave hi to Jessica, and like get my 4-pack and get out of there. But I'm getting 4 of those beers, if not a
Hell yeah.
case. I don't know where I will put a case, but we'll worry about that. You know how it is, Landon.
Yeah.
You worry about that later.
Yep.
It's cold.
That's right.
And I can leave them out on the porch. It's fine.
Yeah, well, you could cellar it for a while. It'd be fine.
Could do that too,
Yeah.
or just have a Giant Jones party. Invite all
Or do that too.
my friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good times, y'all. Hit that up.
Coming up October 25th, so during the week, River West Brewers are collaborating on toasted hemp seed beer. The reps of the 5 River West craft breweries, they got together at Black Husky to brew the 7th collaborative beer made by the River West Brewing Syndicate. The syndicate, which also operates the River West 5 3 Brew 1 2 shuttle bus.
Yes.
So this one includes Amorphic, Black Husky, Company, Lakefront, and Gathering Place.
And I think we've had all of them here except for Company and Black Husky.
Yep.
Gathering Place, Lakefront, and Amorphic are all friends of the stream.
Yep.
So that's really the main reason why we put that in there. We talked about this on that shuttle bus. I've been on it myself. It's a good time. It's free. There's really nothing but goodness to be saying about these 5 breweries, in my opinion. So there's that.
Yeah. This if you've never had have you ever had toasted hemp seed beer?
No.
I have. It's different.
Okay.
So they used this one. They said they used 15 pounds of toasted hemp seeds. So that'll be also different. It's going to be high in alcohol, 8%, and they used experimental hop 2522. And of course, because it's hemp seeds, they're going to have a Grateful Dead cover band.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's fantastic.
Yes. Good times.
If that doesn't grab you, just wait until November rolls around. So the beginning of November, this is my jam. Beer and Bacon Walk. Saturday, November 4th from 1 to 6 in Racine. The Downtown Racine Corporation is hosting their 4th annual Beer and Bacon Walk. You can walk downtown, sample beer, and it's paired with bacon-infused bites. And I imagine at some point just straight up bacon too. So tickets, I guess, are expected to sell out fast. They are $45. That $45 includes, of course, admission to the event, 23-ounce samples of beer, 20 bacon-infused bites. That's a lot. A 16-ounce pint glass, and then 1 16-ounce full pour of your choice.
I'm in.
Right?
I get the receipt.
Yeah.
Home. Good times. I like that. That's fun.
Man, back in the day, there was a brewery that used to do beer and bacon Sundays, and that was my favorite. It was all you could eat bacon.
Stop it.
So damn good. Oh.
Stop it.
I know it.
We have There we go.
Hey,
Glad I got to use
there it is.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks okay. So you can see on that left one there, you can see kind of
Yeah.
the samples, and
Yeah.
you can also see that it looks like it's indoors, so you won't be, if it gets a little chilly out there, y'all. And it is getting a little nipply out there. It is. So yeah, good times.
Good times. If you don't mind the cold and are still in Racine the week after, Saturday, November 11th, they're doing the Nearly Naked 5K. That starts at 9 a.m. They do not want you to get naked, however. They would rather you layer up to start, and then they hope to see you layering down as you
Mm.
race. So the idea is that they have stations set up where you can shed your clothing along the way, not all the way down, not all the way. People, come on. It's nearly naked, not all the way. So they'll have 4 strip stations along the way, and then beer afterwards. So that at Little Port Brewery. So
There's so many jokes here. I'm just
yeah,
I'm not even gonna touch any of them. I mean, oh my goodness. Anyway, anyway, Landon,
it's
that
good
sounds
stuff.
fun. Let's get to the next one before I really
And
put my
the
foot
and
away.
the last one we got in events, we thought we'd get ahead of this. So Black Friday,
Ooh,
everybody knows Black Friday is coming up next month,
this is
but
fun.
we thought we'd get ahead with because there is a ton of awesome beers for Black Friday, and if you don't know about them now, you may not get them.
Mhm, mhm. And our friend Bobby Tanzillo is collecting all these, Landon, on Milwaukee.com, which is digital only platform. He does a really good job talking about and pointing out these things in Milwaukee. Of course, our buddy Chris Strasner does another great job at it too.
Yeah,
But Chris is focused on Wisconsin as a whole, which is a big thing. But Bobby's definitely, on Milwaukee. Obviously, he has that, that niche going down there in Milwaukee. So y'all can look that up. It's actually on our YouTube page, and I will put it out on my Twitter. I think I retweeted it today. It's a list of Black Friday releases only in Milwaukee, but I know that there's some here in Madison, so y'all just gonna have to search around. But real quickly, and then the participating breweries in Milwaukee are Morphic, Dead Bird, Eagle Park, East Troy, Enlighten, Lakefront, Inventors Brew Pub, Falklandia, our buddies at Lion Tail, our buddies at Third Space, Sahale Ale Works, Urban Harvest, Water Street, Wizard Works, and I'm sure there's time to add more.
oh yeah, for sure.
So there's also Three Sheeps, which is not Milwaukee, which is Sheboygan area. They have some kind of crazy barrel aged wolf coming out. Y'all all know the
Yeah,
wolf. If y'all don't know the wolf, I don't know where y'all have been, with all due respect, in Wisconsin brewery, because that's one of Three Sheeps is one of our best, in my opinion, barrel aged programs in this state. And if you don't know, now you do. So Three Sheeps, Lakefront, Central Waters. They all do amazing barrel aged stuff. Lakefront, maybe I'm wrong, but they're really more focused on like stout season is when
yep,
there's big stouts come out. But Central Waters and Three Sheeps crank out barrel aged beers all year round. So I don't know why I got all stunted on barrel aged beers, because I love them. But I'm really thinking about heading down to Milwaukee for because again, all those breweries, I can't, I know that the lakefront one I probably won't get because people sit in line overnight for
yeah,
Black
yeah,
Friday for their stuff. But I can dip into a Morphic and dip into Component and all these things. Oh, I'm on it. I don't know if even Component's on the list, but they're in my for the ASL thing. They're still my. I haven't been there, so now I really want to make a priority to go there. Not trying to bring that up again, but I'll try to
absolutely.
go there now that
Yeah,
they're really trying to be more accessible to everybody. But anyway, Landon, I'm just excited. Do you know of any things going up your way real quick for
You
Black
know,
Friday? But we'll be able to talk about it next month for sure.
yeah, and to be honest, I don't. This area has never really gotten into the Black Friday beer thing. It
Yeah.
always seems to just be a Milwaukee thing, and I'm I've got a lot of FOMO about it because
Mhm.
there's nothing, and I don't really care about shopping on Black Friday. So
Right. But you
if
would
there
shop
were,
for beer.
oh yeah, yeah,
Right. Most of us
you're
beer
damn
people
right,
don't care about shopping,
yeah,
but we will drop our ladies off to do, the Christmas shopping that they want to do for the family. If they want to do that, not that ladies have to do the shopping because I do a lot of my shopping in my house,
yep.
but I still ain't trying to do it on no Black Friday. I don't really care what y'all say. Not going to happen. But beer shopping, no Landon.
Beer shopping, that's a whole nother deal.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I could be into it. And I also like that, obviously Black Friday that goes with the whole beer thing, but I also like that as the start of stout season. I mean, again,
yeah,
stout season's all year long. We know this. But if there's going to be like a dedicated time, it doesn't get any more perfect than that, in my opinion, because then you can stock up for all these for New Year's Eve, for Christmas when all the family comes over, for Christmas Eve when people love to drink.
oh
You have
yeah.
these big barrel aged just sitting around. They're not like IPAs, so you don't have to worry about drinking them the second you got them. And you can just, the wonderful nightcaps. I could go on and on, Landon, but we should get out of here. Um, and you're shaking your head, so you totally agree with
Oh,
my whole
100%.
assessment. Um,
Absolutely.
but I used to say too, real quick, that I wish the stout season would start even a little earlier because I think big stouts go great with Thanksgiving all day
Yeah,
long.
sure.
The same kind of profile, nightcap. Don't tell me that that's not a great nightcap, a big multi beer after you're just sitting at
Some
home.
Something you can sip on for a while. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Something you let warm up. I mean, it's just
yeah.
I'm falling into it, Landon. So on that note, we're gonna fall out of this and fall into hey, it's Landon
Hey,
again.
yeah.
What's going on with the Taproom Travelers? We saw a wonderful piece, our history piece. Shout out to y'all for that. It was really nice.
Yeah,
Just profile
I
Liney's.
don't know what anniversary they're celebrating this coming year, but that was a while ago, right? 148 was when we shot that.
Yeah.
So,
So they're probably over the 150 at this point.
oh yeah, yeah, they're
Um,
well over the 150.
yeah,
They're
that's fun.
probably closer
Liney's
to 160 than not.
truth. And Liney's Lounge, as Landon was telling me in our side chat here, it's gotten bigger and badder since I was there. I always recommend y'all stop through, especially for us Madison people and Milwaukee people for going up to Minneapolis. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump off the highway, y'all. It's not that far. You can pick up a lot of nice to go areas. Chippewa Falls is a nice, charming, beautiful area in the spring and the summer and the fall. Not sure about how it is in the winter. I'm too scared to go up there. Landon can tell you.
It's fine.
Uh, Landon says it's fine. I
It's
don't know
fine.
about all that.
Yeah.
It's scary to me.
And if
But the
you
point is,
come up, you got to hit me up because I'll come over to the lodge. Yeah,
look at that.
the
Right.
beer,
Exactly.
the beer tastes better out of the lodge anyway. I'll be
Yes, it
honest with you,
does.
it tastes
It
better.
does. It does. And you
Yeah,
might be able to get some of that unfiltered shandy that they don't ever let out. But
right.
I had a taste of it on the tour, and man, it's their best beer that they're never going to put it out. And I love it. They let us taste it, and they're like, "Oh, you're never going to get that out anywhere." And it's like, I got mixed feelings here.
Yeah, right.
I really got to say it. I even said I got mixed feelings about that because I'm glad that I got it. I guess I'm happy no one else gets it or something. Oh no, don't spoil it. Anyway, so anyway, what else is going on in Taproom Travelers? Anything?
We're just working through those things that we had going on. So there's again, steam is starting to pick up on going out again. Obviously, this time of the year is not great for traveling. Once we get snow, but if the snow holds off and we get all that back end stuff figured out, you'll see more episodes soon. So
Excellent, and you'll be here to
um,
tell us, so that's good.
I will. I do want to give a brief shout out to my friends at Pitchfork Brewing over in Hudson. You can see their Oktoberfest can. Yeah.
Beautiful
Leader,
can. Look at that. Come
yeah.
on. Come
Yeah.
on.
They just celebrated and I had to miss it because I was in South Carolina. They just celebrated I think their 10th anniversary. Maybe it's more than that. Um they just got some not totally new owners. My buddy Mike Frederickson is still
Mhm.
an owner. Mike Facino decided to retire, so there were some friends of other Mike that joined, and so now it's a bigger group, an ownership group. But same great beers, same great pizza and food and pretzels and all that stuff that you can find there. But I did not get to go to their anniversary celebration, so I just wanted to give a shout out to those guys because they're doing it right.
Excellent. And nothing new going on with Daddy Porter. Still doing the Friday stream like we normally do. This week we have a movie costume designer. We're going to talk horror movies, so that should
Ooh,
be fun.
yeah,
And lastly, we will end this Badger Beer Hour with a shout out to our friend, colleague, and co-host of the stream, Chris Strasner. He was taking a break off of everything beer, but he promises he's going to be back. We will figure out when that is. But a shout out to Chris. We
yeah.
miss him,
We
and
miss
we
him,
hope
buddy.
all is
Yeah.
well. And I think all is well, but just making sure. And we wanted to update y'all because if y'all haven't seen Chris in the past couple months, he's still part of the Badger Beer Hour family. He will always be a part of the family. He helped start this damn thing, and he'll help end this damn thing whenever it ends. So, with that being said, shout out to him. Happy Halloween to all y'all.
Ooh,
Enjoy
yeah.
Belgian season. Enjoy Oktoberfest season. As y'all notice, or if you did notice, the events are starting to squeeze up a little bit here. So still make sure that you are supporting your favorite brewery. This is very important, even with the modicum thing. And it wasn't even about support for modicum, it sounds like, but things happen along the way. So even if things are looking good and everybody's like, look, modicum's expanding, they're going to be around, and all of a sudden the rug gets pulled out from under us and we don't know. So really celebrate and visit your breweries like it's maybe the last time you'll be in there, and see all your friends and the owner that you love and the brewmaster that's behind the bar and all those things that we love about our local brewery.
And one small thing: elect
Yeah.
officials that support small business and craft beer.
Amen to
Yeah.
that. We went through all that with the whole bill that I don't even still think passed the Wisconsin
Nope,
legislature.
didn't even pass yet. Yeah,
Oh my
that's crazy. But
God.
I'm just
Out of it.
saying, if you got a
That was a
chance to
really good
vote,
point. That was a really
yep,
good point. Yeah, you do have a chance to vote, damn it.
yep,
So
yeah.
I don't even know. Don't even right. So yes, Landon's right. Know your issues, especially your beer issues. If you're gonna be a one beer voter, be a one beer voter. You see
Absolutely,
what I did there, Landon?
that's
You see
right.
what I did there? All right. Well, what I'm going to do here is get us out of here. Look at this. Badger Beer
58
Hour
minutes.
901, 58 minutes. And look at that. Like we take Chris out of it, and look what happens. I will see
We
you
miss you,
next.
Chris.
Yes, we do. And of course we do, because we had to take a jab at him. We
Well,
take a
yeah.
jab at him almost every one. So before we get out of here, we had to take one last jab. But we will see y'all. The next batch of beer hour is November 15th, which is a week before Thanksgiving. So y'all have fun preparing for Thanksgiving. We will. And we'll see you talking about Black Friday and about early December, about what's going on. And like Lyndon and I said, support your local politician that supports breweries, and support your local breweries. And on that note, Landon's credits are going to roll. Have a good one, y'all. Cheers.